You see this smile? It's not forced. It's not fake. Get in there, United. What a win that was today. What a game. What a win. What a team performance. And what a one. Yes, Juan Mata is going to get a whole heap of praise on the show this evening. What a performance by our Spaniard. But anyway, first things first, let's introduce you to tonight's blockbuster panel. If you could, guys, get fellow United fans involved with the show tonight. We'll come to your views as well as our panels. We'll be on for about an hour, so stick with us, get your views out and tweet the link. Let's get everyone involved tonight and let's celebrate. Let's raise a toast, even though I've only got water on me. On the show this evening, we've got the man who's relatively outspoken. However, he is here with a smile and a hat. Steve, thank you for coming on, mate.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks for having me again. No
problem at all. Also on the show this evening, you should have seen him host a few shows in the past few weeks. He covered a Wild Stars away. Tom, thank you for coming on, mate.
Hello, mate. Good to be back. You haven't got a drink, but I certainly have, so cheers.
What are you drinking?
Next to the gods, mate.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Also on the show this evening, we've got the man who's another one of our regulars, Shaun. Thank you for coming on, mate.
Hi, Ben. Pleasure as always.
And also, live from America, Joey, how are you doing, mate?
Oh, I can't remove the smile off my face, and I'll cheers to Tom.
I love it. Also on the show this evening, Huzzy is joining us as well as one of our newer panelists. Huzzy, how are you doing, mate?
I'm absolutely buzzing, and I can't wait to get on with the show.
Yes, it's going to be a good one tonight, and where better to start? Tom, we'll come over to you. Going into it, relatively confident after Spurs. However, no one could predict that first half performance, could they?
No, I mean, it was just so entertaining to watch. I mean, we've got, the vigour back, we've got the play back. It's so, so refreshing to see United attacking a team like Liverpool because, I mean, a lot of us thought going into the game it'd be tight. I mean, I thought it would be a draw. I predicted a 2-2 draw. We could maybe sneak it, but that first half, it was a masterclass. I mean, United and Van Gaal, tactically got everything right against Rodgers. He made Rodgers, look as if he didn't really know what he was doing with the Liverpool side. The only frustration, I think, in the first half was perhaps that we didn't build on a lead more.
Yeah, no, that is true, to be honest. We didn't seem to attack, did we, like we maybe should have. Steve, we'll come over to you. We've pretty much criticised Van Gaal a little bit for being a bit defensive, for playing the wrong formation, but that first half, it was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unbelievable to watch. And Gary Neville said, I think, at half-time as well, best performance he's seen from any United side in his lifetime. Gary Neville's 40 years old. I think that says a lot. It was unbelievable. United always seem to struggle at Anfield. And like Tom, you were saying there, it's a masterclass, mate. Absolute masterclass today.
It was. Quality. It was great to watch as well. Imagine being at Anfield watching that. It must have been incredible too. Shaun, I've got to say, in that first half, it was good to see width. It was good to see us pressing high. It reminded me a bit about, well, I don't really like to say it because I know plenty of other clubs have, but recently in our lifetime, the way Barca pressed. It was just that intense at Anfield. What did you love about that first half?
I thought it was just, the performance. We haven't seen it for so long. The intensity was there. Liverpool just couldn't get the ball. There was sort of a couple of times in the first half. It was like, get a ball away. I mean, there always seemed to be a threat of some kind to us. But we just played our house and we played them off the pitch. We did. It was a brilliant performance in the first half. And again, the only disappointment was that we didn't actually, score a couple more.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, we could complain about the goals, but we've got the 3 points now, haven't we? I mean, Joey, we would have maybe gone into this game saying, look, let's just win. Let's just get a win. Let's just get a point. Let's just do whatever. The fact we've had a performance and a win against one of our rivals, how satisfying is that for you?
Well, I think it's everything. Every neutral in the world had United getting blown away. I think McManaman said, 3-0, and I was just seeing Savage, I think United are going to get blown away. That Tottenham were really poor. They, United were all right. And I think it's just everything. It sets a marker now for the rest of the season. They got to go to the Emirates now. They could be done and dusted after next week if we do our business against Villa and we'll be 8 points clear. So it's everything when you beat your rival on the road, and the way they played it's just brilliant. You can't ask for much more. Except I am disappointed we didn't score more goals, and it was a little nervy from the 70th minute on. But like I said, I can't remove the smile from my face. I'm just happy to smash them.
Yeah, it was so good to watch, wasn't it? And Huzzy, I mean, obviously we're all happy because we've got to win today. It's 3 points. It helps us in the top 4 push. But we've done the double over Liverpool this season when our critics have said that we've been exactly the same as last. We finished 7th. How satisfying is it just to get the double done over those Scousers? Payback.
It feels amazing. I think it's the most exciting fixture of the season. When the fixture list comes out, that's the fixture I look for. United, Liverpool, and we beat them 3-0 at home this season. It was quite satisfying. Scoreline doesn't tell the full story, but we got the 3 points. David De Gea won us that match, and today it was another excellent performance, much improved, and that's what I like to see. It feels really good to do the double over Liverpool because it's always Liverpool fans giving you all the stick, even though they've been so poor in the past few years when we've been winning titles.
Yeah, no, that is true. To be honest, a lot of people saying this game could have really solved that gap between Liverpool United. That gap is still as big as ever, let me tell you that. Tom, once again, controversy in the game. We'll come to that first. Slippy G, being Slippy G, had to do something to get in the papers because he just wants to be acquainted with United as per normal. Tell us about that challenge. Was you expecting that? 40 seconds he was on the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that nobody could have predicted. I mean, least of all Rodgers and Gerrard. He's expecting, his captain, 34 years old, in his final game against United potentially, to come on and, offer the Liverpool midfield some strength and, some tactical superiority perhaps. But, he put in a fantastic, the few seconds before actually, he played a fantastic crossfield ball. He put in a great challenge before that, and you're thinking, this could get tough for United. But then, it was a senseless sending off. You can see he was just too passionate. I think Jamie Carragher made an excellent point on Sky after the game. He said that the games that Gerrard has always thrived in, say, the Champions League final, the FA Cup final against West Ham, he's always thrived on passion and, running on, his heart and just playing with that, intensity, whereas in more tactical games he struggled. And I think, we saw the worst of Gerrard today in that sense. It's just, he made a massive error of judgment, and it was just the passion got too much for him. I mean, even as a United fan, I think it's a bit sad to see, a player like that bow out of these games with that type of thing. I mean, I'd much preferred United beat Liverpool with him on the pitch at the end so that we could see his face, to be honest. But, it's just, it's one of those that, he came out and defended it. So, no, he came out and, apologised. So, we just have to draw a line under it.
Yeah, we can draw a line under it. But Steve, I've got to ask you, mate, just answer me one word. Did you wet yourself laughing when you saw the red card for Gerrard, or did you cry yourself with laughter when you saw that red card for Gerrard?
Oh, I was screaming like you've never seen. It was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, I've got to say, was no arguments. It's a ridiculous challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, it was one of them that I think he was warming up and the United fans were giving him shit, and rightly so. And he come on, and I texted a mate of mine saying he's coming on. He always does stuff against us at Anfield. And Rodgers sent him on defensive midfield. And all he had to do was just sit there and sort of dictate the game. Like Tom said, he went through Matty. And then I looked at the challenge on Herrera and you just thought, what's he done there? Showed the replay. Terrible stamp, mate. Ref and the linesman got it bang on. And I honestly thought he couldn't have given United a better present than last year than when he slipped. Because if Liverpool would have won the league, I'd have been crying. And then when he slipped and Chelsea won it, and then obviously City won the league, that was phenomenal. But Gerrard topped that today. He won't be watching, but I'd like to thank him for that. Thank you very much.
What do you mean he won't be watching? Come on, Steve, set his standards high. He loves United secretly. You've seen the pictures of him in United.
Even I'm not that deluded, mate. He'll be in his £10 million mansion somewhere when he'll be crying, obviously. But
well, I hope so.
him.
After
He'll
that,
be holding up his Premier League winners medals.
Oh, wait, what medals? Anyway, moving on. Luke Chadwick 1, Stephen Gerrard 0. Thank you very much. Looking at the comment boxes, hello to Young Sino, Gregory Burke, Paul B is with us. Link Sync is on as ever. Hello to Jay Nevo, who's with us as well. The United man's there. Let's come to your comment, shall we, for the next question with Shaun. Hello to John Matthias, who says, the thing about today's performance is I can't remember De Gea making an amazing save, which is fantastic for our defence. Shaun, the defence, what did you make of them today?
There was a couple of iffy moments, but they seemed to deal with everything absolutely fine. The only save that De Gea really had to make was the goal. It went past him at the near post. Slightly disappointed, but he saved us so much this season that he's not. I mean, he is only human. He can't save everything. Disappointed not to get a clean sheet, but just touching on Gerrard, I was like Steve, absolutely wetting myself with laughter that he'd been sent off. Again, Steve also said Gerrard always seems to do something against us. When they said at half time, or just at the beginning of the half, that he was coming on, I was sort of sat here and oh Christ already. Something is going. It's in the script. Something's going to happen, and it did. Can happen to a nice bloke. I don't think he wanted to be there. If he'd have been on for 20 minutes, and it was two yellows or something, it's like slightly better. But 40 seconds and a red card. What? That's just. I made that made my day. The result, brilliant. Gerrard made my bloody day.
Quite the show already. Gerrard made my bloody day. Do you know what? I've got to say, it is bizarre. I was watching a game with a Liverpool fan, my girlfriend's dad, and we were watching in complete and utter shock. We started the second half, saw Gerrard come out. Straight away, he was like, yes, Steve Gerrard. And I was like, he's old. He's past it. He's a pensioner. Chadwick's better than him. He's gone. And when he made that challenge, his face, it was a bit like this. And it was just that for about 30 seconds. He couldn't believe it. And I couldn't believe it. England international, captain of Liverpool, experience of over, 12 years in the Premier League? Why would you do that? Just bizarre for me. Joey, why would you do that? Is it because the United fans wound him up completely? Is it because Herrera was a little bit, malicious with his... I don't think it was a bad challenge for Herrera anyway. What went through his mind to do that? Obviously, this is a discussion for Liverpool Fan TV, but anyway, seeing as we're basking in the glory of it, why did he do it?
I have no idea. I think it was just a reaction. I think it was, he didn't think. It's just one of those, reflex almost. He did us a favor because like they said, he came on, he sprayed that Hollywood ball over, he went through Mata, you heard the crowd getting into it, and then the stamp. And he did us a favor, too. Because who knows what would have happened if he didn't do that. Like I said, he got the crowd going with the Mata tackle. But, yeah, he did us a favor by doing that. I don't know. I just would like to think it was just, a reflex. I think he anticipated it a little worse from Herrera. But it's just a stupid, stupid move on his part. And eventually it cost them the game.
Do you reckon that was a big point in the game, Joey? Do you think that was? Do you think the red card did make a massive difference?
I do. But it was interesting because we just dominated them. The first 30 minutes, they couldn't get a touch on the ball, and then I thought from 30 to 45, they started to creep into it. Sturridge had that volley, and I thought, oh shit, they're getting back into it. And then he comes on, and I'm like, that's the lift they need. But yeah, I think that was the difference. It was the red card. In the end. It was a little more nerve-wracking than it was. But like I said, it's just got to be a reflex. He's an idiot. I was more shocked. I couldn't. It took me a minute or two to laugh because I was in such shock that he would do something like that. And if you look at Rooney's reaction on it, it's brilliant. He's like, oh, okay, I'll take that. So yeah, I'm gonna say it was a reflex more than anything, and it was just a bad reflex on his part. And now we'll always remember if this is most likely his last game for Liverpool against us. Unless he does one of those loan back deals, this is how I'll always remember him, for the slip the year before and then the stamp.
A great card. want to hear Old Trafford sing this, by the way, next week. Vink Sink sent us a message. He slips, he stamps, he's off to join the Yanks. Slippy G, Slippy G. I want to hear that echoing around Old Trafford. Not next week, the week after, because of that stupid international break. Steve, that's coming to you. We're putting the responsibility on you for that one. Want to hear you starting that when we're back at OT. Huzzy, going back to the game and then thinking about where we were before the Gerrard sending off. The first half goal, Juan Mata. He didn't really have too much of an influence on the game. He was cutting inside. He was running back. He put a shift in the first half. But that goal was quality, wasn't it? A great ball from Herrera.
Yeah, I absolutely love the first goal. I'll talk about the second one because that was something else. I'll talk about that in a minute. But the first goal, excellent ball from Herrera. He done something quite similar in pre-season and found Mata, and it was a tidy finish. I was a bit nervous, thinking, will he finish this? Will he not? And he proved me wrong. And it was a nice finish, and it was a well-deserved goal because during the first half they showed the possession stats, and it was like 64 to us, and I think it was a well-deserved goal, and it was a good goal.
Yeah, it was a great goal. And seeing as we're talking about the goals, Huzzy, his second goal, something else.
That was phenomenal. I was in shock. When Di Maria played the ball over to him, I was thinking, is he actually going to try that? And I was in more shock at the goal than I was when I saw Gerrard get sent off. And I was really, really happy, and I'm just happy for Mata because they weren't going quite well for him. He was on the bench and stuff. But in the past few games, he's been really good, and I'm quite pleased for Mata. He's a quality player.
I've got to say, thinking about United Liverpool, that Mata goal, a bit different, but it just brings back memories of that overhead kick from Berbatov. Another quality goal against the Scousers. I mean, what a finish for Mata. Tom, he was great throughout, though, wasn't he? From the start to the finish, he proved why he should be in that team over Di Maria. No price tag makes up for that.
Yeah, I mean, Mata, I think we're finally seeing what everyone saw in him at Chelsea. I mean, he was player of the season there 2 years in a row. And it's not necessarily quite happened for Mata at United. He's got goals. It's just there have been some doubts over his work rate, as with Chelsea. I think for a long time, Louis van Gaal thought that he couldn't necessarily give Mata, that role in the team with the side not playing the way he wanted. But it was a massive statement of intent from Van Gaal to start Mata with Di Maria available after that suspension, and he's proved him right. I mean, today it wasn't necessarily just the goals. I mean, his passing. I think his passing stats were around 93%. He made 3 or 4 interceptions, and that's the type of Mata that we want to see. We know he can offer goals, and he scored 2 fantastic ones today, but he was keeping the ball in a high-pressure game, and he was also winning it back, and that's the key. I think that's what we need to see more from Mata, and he's finally showing it in the team in this run of form.
Yeah, he is. And Harvey Specter says, Mata is a bloody genius. Hello to someone else who was there. Hello to You Can't See Me Too, who says, Mata is the butter to our bread. Jay Nevo says, Carrick in allows Mata to do what Mata does best going forward. FlimFlam945 says, tight angle for Mata. Wouldn't have been confident if RVP or Falcao had been in that position, though. Fred Joe says, Mata is class. A role model. He's such a quality player. John Matthias, El Matador. Here's a message from him. Hello as well to Kai 13 Man, who says, give Mata player of the season right now. Not sure he beats De Gea, Steve. However, if he keeps performing like that between now and the end of the season, I mean, we should be looking at second place more than fourth, shouldn't we, if he's in that form?
Yeah, that was unreal today. I'm pleased for Mata. He was a player that when we signed him, even though it was David Moyes, I was absolutely buzzing. I think his first game was against Cardiff at Old Trafford. In a week, I even made the effort to go to that, and he's a special player. I've just felt sorry for him because he obviously signed under Moyes. He was obviously promised something. Moyes, he shoved him out wide. We changed the manager. I think even on his first game under Giggs against Norwich, he come off the bench. He scored. I think he got 2 that day, and it's always been in and out. And he's really struggled this season. I remember early in the season, Rooney getting sent off against West Ham. He had 3 games to do something. Mata didn't do anything, and I was gutted. And he come into the team last week, and being calling for Herrera back. But when Herrera and Mata play, they're fantastic. I swear they're brothers. They've got to be brothers. But the Spanish are like that. They're so technically superior. I mean, Mata's being written off. Like I say, sometimes you feel with it. We've got a lot of quality players, and it's been weird because of the changes. It feels like sometimes they're set up to fail, which is hard to watch. But I mean, that first goal today, that's ice cold in front of goal. Right, that's his weak foot as well, and he didn't like pace going there, did he? Didn't like strength there. And then that second one, I think Di Maria was our goal of the season at Leicester, but that's our best goal for ages. That, mate. To do that at Anfield. I mean, Berbatov's was at home. I expect United to play with swagger and confidence at Old Trafford. They've got 75,000 there, but to do that at Anfield, it's outrageous. And great ball over from Di Maria, but Mata, he was out of this world, and I can't argue with me. I love Angel Di Maria, but on that form for Mata, mate, he ain't going anywhere. Because like you say, we've got some big games coming up, and he's quality. Where can United finish? To be honest, I'm not third. I'd love third because, I mean, fourth you have to qualify for the Champions League, and I still have nightmares about. I think it was 2002. I think we were third that year, and I think you had qualified back then. And we had Hungarian champions Zala Ezagreg away, and nobody's even heard of them. I don't even think they had a ground. We were playing in a park somewhere, and we got beat 1-0. And you're just sitting there going, oh my, this could be the embarrassment of the century. Thankfully, United whipped them at home, but I'm not a big fan of qualifying for Champions League. Third, I'd take that every day. United just need that top four, and then we can go next summer. And I mean, the sky's the limit at a club like United, isn't it? But yeah, I'm not fourth. No, but if it's one of them, we've got to get Champions League football. So I'm not bothered. Some are saying, can we win the league? No. Second, I'd take. We've got the teams around us. City attack. Chelsea aren't playing well. We struggle down there, but Van Gaal's the man at the minute.
Yeah, it's just working, isn't it? That formation, we'll get onto that, but the way he's playing. It seems since Arsenal, he's just gone, look, I'm not going to worry about the Premier League. I'm going to play my way now. And he's done it, and it's working. Shaun, we'll come to you actually. Talking about goals, Mata's second goal today, obviously, for me, technically, it's one of the best goals we have scored in a while. Steve agrees. I'm sure plenty of other people on the panel agree as well. Huzzy agrees. But where does it stand? Is it one of United's best goals since Rooney's overhead kick against City? Is it better than Di Maria's chip against Leicester? Is it better than Evra's strike at Bayern? What do you reckon?
Well, I was going to say, like to Steve, when he was, and obviously Tom, when they said about Berbatov's goal, where does Mata's goal compare to Rooney's goal against City? I think it was just an outstanding goal. I found a vine of it, and I just sat and watched it over and over. It was just absolutely fantastic. To have been in that position in the first place, he did well to get back there. Yeah, I haven't got any words to describe how good that goal was, and it's probably one of the best we've seen for a very long time. Mata's goal, was absolutely fantastic as well. There's just the odd goal that sort of stands out, but that goal for Mata, absolutely fantastic today.
You're speechless at trying to explain it.
Yeah, one other thing I noticed in the comments just now that Liam asked me about my opinion on Gerrard when he played for England. I don't particularly support England, nor Gerrard, nor any of them. I think international football is a bloody waste of time. So there's your answer, Liam. I don't give a two hoots about Gerrard playing for England nor Liverpool.
There we go. You like Honduras, don't you? That's your
absolutely. Yeah, they're fantastic. They are. What I liked about the World Cup was Gerrard passing the ball to bloody Suarez to knock us out. That was fantastic.
Do you know what's funny, actually? My nephew, he's 2-3, so he doesn't know whether he's coming or going with football. I asked him what teams he supported the other day. I'm working on him, by the way. He said Chelsea, and then he turned around and he went, Chelsea in Spain. No, I mean, it doesn't work like that. You cannot support Spain. It doesn't work like that. It's really weird. I don't know where we all stand with international football at the moment, but a friendly against Italy and an away qualifier at Lithuania, it's disrupting the season, isn't it? It's disrupting the season. Keep them to the summer. Joey, we'll come over to you, mate. A lot of people commenting in the comment box, so we'll have a look at one of the comments and we'll ask you a question off the back of that, mate. Hello to Mohammed Elmi, who says the trio, Herrera, Mata and Valencia, made great passes during the game. Hope to see that in the remaining fixtures. Are you a Valencia guy? What did you make of him at right back today? For me, he just wasn't stable enough. He wasn't there defensively at all.
I honestly didn't think he was that bad today. I thought he was all right. I thought it was one of his better performances at right back. I thought he did well against Moreno. Yeah, it's the right side. But I think those triangles are beautiful all over the pitch. And the Mata Herrera Valencia one, it works. Valencia, he was moving the ball well today. Usually he gets there and he stands on top of it and he just, kind of slows up the play. And he did that one or two times today. But I thought he kept it moving. I thought he defended all right. He didn't get forward as much, but that's understandable. Long term, absolutely not. You got to go out and buy a right back.
Yeah, I was watching it thinking just every time Liverpool had the ball on that left flank or were going out to their flank, Valencia was 100% out of position every time. He just doesn't know whether he's coming or going. But when he gets the ball and he needs to pass it, he does the right thing with it, which is frustrating. Then he gets the ball and he stands up to go and run at the defender and he doesn't run at him. It's just frustration. I mean, he's a good player. He's got pace, he's got strength, he's got fire in his belly. I mean, it would just be good to see him just fly, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think we expect more out of him, and I know exactly what you mean. He sits there with the ball about an inch from his foot, and he does the pick his leg up a few times, act like he's going to go, and then he just passes it off. Yeah, we expect more of him offensively, him being a winger. He's not a fullback. But for now, he can get the job done. He did it today. I think after the Arsenal debacle in the FA Cup, the way he's come back, you have to give him a little bit of applause and appreciate what he's done because he could have easily flown off. I know a lot of people want to see Raphael start, but I think that will be one position that is prioritized in the summer along with center back. But yeah, Valencia wasn't terrible today. I didn't think, but everybody has a different opinion on the game and a different view.
Yeah, fair enough. I think like Spurs, I don't think anyone was terrible today. I think everyone had either an all-right game or a good game. It was a great performance in all. Hello to Young Sino. He says, triangles or the Illuminati? Yeah, that's a question. Huzzy, we'll come over to you, mate. Paul's, obviously, we were devastated to lose against Arsenal, but Arsenal, we showed our first sort of signs of really, really sorting stuff out. He says the Arsenal loss could be a blessing. I mean, we've done really well against Spurs. We've done really well against Liverpool. Do you think that Arsenal game might have been a change in fortune for us, Huzzy? Oh, you're muted, mate. He'll be back in a second. You just need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I was quite impressed with the Arsenal performance, actually. I know we lost, but apart from a few sloppy mistakes here and there, which has been happening all season, really, I felt it was an improved performance from the games before that. So I could see from that game that soon there will be a big improvement, and I could see that it was clicking. But it was kind of like a wake-up call. We got knocked out by Arsenal, and I was on United View after the game, and I got asked if I think it will knock our confidence, and I said no, because we played well. It's not like we played rubbish and got knocked out. Played well, and then at Spurs, was a very good performance, probably the best performance of this season. Rooney was out to prove something wrong because he got boxed up at the weekend, so it was quite a good performance, and then got even better at Liverpool.
Yeah, them 3 points today are so important, aren't they, Huzzy?
Yeah, the 3 points today?
Yeah.
Yeah, very important because it pushes Liverpool away, but I wouldn't say top four secure now, not at all. We've got Chelsea, we've got City, we've got Arsenal, we've got Everton away, all the tough ones, and we've got so I wouldn't say secure, but it gives me a lot more confidence that we'll get top four, because Liverpool, they've got few tough fixtures, but it's looking more and more likely now.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. We've got that little bit of a gap now. We need to work on it. Guys, whilst you're watching, subscribe, comment in the comment box, get involved with other fans around the world at the moment watching us. If you want to leave any topics in there, and we'll discuss them with the panel, Joey, Steve, Shaun, Tom, and Huzzy, all with us. So if you want to put your topics or anything that you noticed in the game today that you want us to discuss, put it in the comment box, and we'll come to it in a minute. Tom, how carried away can we get with this win at Anfield? Do we go top 4? Do we go, actually, top 2? Or do we just be happy with the fact we've got 3 points here right now?
Yeah, I think you have to be happy with the 3 points. I mean, any United fan going to Anfield, you'd say you're going to take a win. One of your players is going to score a bicycle kick and Gerrard's going to get sent off after 40 seconds. I mean, any United fan worth a salt is going to take that. So, to be honest, it couldn't have gone much better today. It was disappointing when we couldn't actually put a few more goals past them, given the one-man advantage. But, I mean, the sky's the limit with this United team. The problem is we haven't had any consistency for a while. I mean, Huzzy touched on it there. The Arsenal game, we actually played quite well, even though we were knocked out. And obviously, we played really well against Spurs, and then again today. So I think that's 3 games in a row where we've shown, consistency. The players are starting to come into some real form, and it sets us up brilliantly for the end of the season. I mean, there's a chance because, I mean, Arsenal are there, but they were lagging against Newcastle. City, you don't know whether they're coming or going. Liverpool and Spurs and Southampton, they're all a way off now. So, I mean, it sets us up brilliantly for a top 4 finish. I mean, as Steve said, any United fan would take top 4 right now. Top 3, I think, is possible, but I'd love to think we can get second. But as long as we get that top 3, then I think any United fan would take that top 3 at the moment with our running as well.
Yeah, definitely. And Steve, Tom mentioned then about consistency. Would you keep playing the same 11?
Yeah, it's one of them that, like the international break now for 2 weeks. I think last time we had one, I think we lost Blind. So we've got to hope everyone comes back. And then, obviously, he might make a change depending on fitness or everyone is injured. But, I mean, you can't change that side today. Minus probably, I'd say Jones out for Rocco. Rocco's going to walk straight back in. Jones is an absolute liability. He is. I've said loads of times. He's fucking wank. Stop beating around the bush, Steve. You know what I mean? He's fucking wank, mate. Absolute wank.
He injured himself again making that tackle, didn't he?
Yeah, he's garbage. Absolutely garbage. He was the same last week at Spurs. He nearly put one in his own net past De Gea, and he never recovered. He does it all the time. And he made and it was a shocking challenge. I think it was on the lawn. Knocked him out.
Yeah.
Hence why I brought Gerrard on. He's just so clumsy. And then that one on Henderson, it was one of them that it looked like if he'd have gone with a little bit more force, which didn't seem possible, he'd have snapped his shin off. That's how reckless he is. And I mean, that I still can't get over that quote Fergie had on him. He'll be United's greatest ever player. Don't know what he was smoking that day. Must have been what Van Gaal's been on for a bit, but nah, that's the only change I'd make. Jones cannot stop in that side. Rocco back in. Matta's got it. Matta's the main man at the minute, on form. Just build a side around him. Like you say, top 4. It's got to be. I agree with Huzzy there. I don't think it's nailed on. What's in? I think there's 8 games left now. 8. We've got a few of them at home. We've got some tougher ways, but you try telling the United that they can't finish second now. They'll be fly. That's a massive win that today. We do terrible at Anfield. Can't stand saying it because I can't stand the Scousers. But our record there is poor. Absolutely poor. We never even played well there, hence why Neville said that. But today was unreal. Absolutely unreal. Yeah, that's it.
I was going to say, Pat sent us a tweet saying 8 more finals to go. I'll tell you what, we win all those. Who knows where we'll be? Who knows where we'll be? We've got some big games coming up. I still stick by it. Everton away is going to be huge for us. Absolutely huge. City at home, yeah. Chelsea away, yeah. But Everton away is going to be massive because say if the worst happens and we do not get maximum points from those 2 games, Chelsea and City, we do drop points. Have to go to Everton and we just have to win at Everton no matter what. Joe, we'll come over to you. Change in forms. Chris Smalling, Young, Fellaini. I mean, what has Van Gaal done to them? Is it the stuff he's smoking that Steve was talking about? I mean, all on their game, aren't they?
Well, I mean, he's an experienced manager. He knows what he's doing. And the big difference, I think, is these players, and I forget who came out and said, it was Blind in that Daily Mail interview. He said, we believe in Van Gaal. We believe in his philosophy. And those guys are going to war for him. It's shocking how different the last, Young has been this year compared to the last couple of years. And then Fellaini, he's got more goals than Falcao, I think. It's crazy. Chris Smalling, ever since that red card at City, something's happened to him where, he's got a consistent run of games. He's been healthy. And I've always liked Smalling the best out of those three. Is he the long-term future? We'll have to see. I think these 8 games coming up will be big for him. But I completely agree with Steve. Steve favorited a tweet. I said, get Rojo out, or get Jones out now. What an idiot making a check. Especially because after the red card, he comes in with a high tackle like that on Henderson. Why even give it to the referee and make a decision like that? Jones is just, I thought, maybe he thought he was playing American football with Lallana because he just laid him out. But yeah, the form, it's just incredible. It looks like a totally different team from last year, from a few months ago. And I think a bit of it is the system change. I think a lot of it, has to do with Mata and Herrera playing because they're both very technical, keep the ball on the floor. And what Mata lacks in pace, he makes up for with his passing and his movement and his ability in that sense. But yeah, I just think that Van Gaal has let him off the leash a little bit, and he's saying, you know what, attack him a little bit more. And he's laid the foundations in the beginning of the season with the possession game. And then you saw the last couple minutes of that game. I know Liverpool had 10 men, but they couldn't even get a sniff of the ball. And we kept the ball, and we really wore them out. You saw the effects of possession football today. Liverpool looked exhausted at the end of the game. And I think this is all Van Gaal, and I'm so happy, that it's coming off for Van Gaal. I've always believed in him. I've never once, questioned Van Gaal or you see the bigger picture, and it's scary the heights that this team could reach with some new players.
Joey, you're lying. I've been told the truth. You had a plane ready to go. You had a plane ready to go after Arsenal. Yeah, you did. Don't lie. You had a plane ready. I'm joking. Of course you didn't. Huzzy, we'll come over to you, mate. Obviously, good change in forms, not on just the way we're playing, not on just a few players as well, but with the formation. We've gone with the 4-3-3. We've gone with the change of players a little bit. We're playing Fellaini. We're playing Young. We're playing Smalling. We're playing Valencia. Playing all these players who have been below average the whole season. Yet it's working. Does Van Gaal deserve a lot of credit for that win today?
Yeah, that's the difference between Van Gaal and Moyes. We got rid of Moyes. I wasn't too keen on getting rid of Moyes. I think he deserved more time, but we brought an experienced manager in Van Gaal, and he has had a few weird moments, I should say. He was experimenting, I think, with playing Di Maria up front at QPR away and stuff like that. But it looks like he's got it right now. Everything's clicking in. And what he does is he gives the players quite a bit of confidence, because I was screaming last season, why have we signed Fellaini for 27 million and why is Young still at this club? Now they're like 2 of our most important players, and he gives the players confidence. But Jones, he just has a mistake in him, and we were lucky against Tottenham. He got rid of that mistake in the first 10 minutes, and today he was just a bit rash. He's okay for the rest of the season, but I think he really needs to be replaced. But other than that, the Mata, Herrera, Valencia, it's all just clicking in, and it's beautiful football. It's not just, yes, it's decent, we're getting past it, we're winning. No, it's really good football, and I'm a big fan of how Arsenal play. I really enjoy watching them, and it's living up to that. Or today it was even better than that, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it was great to see a United team press as well, wasn't it? I mean, a lot of people saying we never go to Anfield and play like that. It's because under Fergie, the one thing we didn't do was press that ball to the death. Never, ever, ever did we do it. It's frustrating the shit out of me. Today, last few games, we've pressed the head out of that ball. It's just great to see that sort of energy levels. Steve, I've got a great thing to talk to you about in a second. I'm going to get right under your skin. But Tom, first of all, let's come over to you, mate. Just quickly, a word. There's just a few comments in here about Louis van Gaal, about Balotelli, about Jones, about Mata. But for you, what was the pick of the bunch today? Obviously, was it Juan Mata's second goal? Was it the way we played in general? Was it the trio in midfield? What did you enjoy the most about this team today?
Like the other guy just said, and you especially there, I mean, I really enjoyed the way we pressed the game, the way we dominated. I mean, as Carragher said, he's never seen a team dominate that much Liverpool for years, perhaps ever. So I think that's the thing that United fans have been craving. I mean, I think when United lose or when we draw, I think you can accept it if we've gone for the result and it's not come off, we miss chances. You know, when it comes off, it's great, but obviously you don't want to go into a game and lose and felt like you could have done more. And I think that's the key to this United team. We might be losing, say we lost against Arsenal, but we're pressing the game, we're going for it, we're creating chances. And I think all United fans, that's what we want to see. That's the philosophy of the club, pressing and going for chances and creating. So I think a return to that is what thrilled me most today. I mean, Mata's volley was unbelievable, and Herrera's pass, you know, it was superb. But at the same time, you know, those are standout moments. But the way United played, I mean, I think it's, Joe said what this team could potentially achieve. You know, we saw that today.
Yeah, no, true. Got to agree with that. The pressing was incredible. Philip Lam agrees as well. Steve, let's go over to you, mate. At the end of the game, nearly had a bit of fisticuffs. Looks like Skirtle was showing how much of a scouser he is, how much he idolises Steven Gerrard as well. How clear was that stamp on De Gea, and how much action did the FA have to take?
Well, it wasn't clear because all I saw was De Gea rolling around, and I thought, oh, he's doing all right here because he could do wasting a bit of time. I think it was in the 4 minutes added on. It's replayed it, and it's as clear as day. But the thing that fucks me off the most is Skirtle got done by Diego Costa at Stamford Bridge. Might have been in a League Cup semi-final, I think. It was one of them anyway. And Diego Costa's obviously jumped in the air. He knew what he was doing. He's landed on Skirtle. Obviously, the uproar from the Scousers, he's got to get banned. And Costa got banned. Now, Skirtle should get exactly the same punishment as Costa had. Will he? You know what, with the FA, I'm not so sure, mate. The FA are garbage. You only have to look at the England setup. Roy Hodgson's a fucking terrible manager. Fails at major tournaments, and we still give him time. It's a joke, mate, the FA. If that was a United player today, keep saying it. If that was a Rooney, it'd be frightening. He'd get more than 3 games. Skirtle's got to get banned for that. It was an absolutely woeful. He was never going to get the ball, and he knew what he was doing. Gerrard knew what he was doing. These ex-professionals and all the Liverpool fans, oh yeah, it's either brought a frustration or he was going for the ball. It's a lot of bollocks. He knew what he was doing. That's what wound me up more is he got done, and he was moaning a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. No, spot on. Absolutely spot on. The FA have to take action over that. Hello to Task Azzy, who's lucky I haven't blocked him from the chat box. Oh, I'm not liking that comment at all. Hello to You Can't See Me too, who says we never dominated at Anfield like we did today. Amazing. Well, all of you watching, get in that comment box, that chat box, subscribe. I want to hear your 2-word reviews. Let me know how happy you are on a scale of 1 to 10. And also let me know in 1 word, just a word that sums up the game for you, a word that sums up your feelings, your emotions at full time. Let me know on the comment box. So out of 10, how happy are you? And also 1 word to sum up how happy you are at full time. And any other funny quotes or anything, put them in the comment box. We'll have a laugh and we'll celebrate towards the end of the show. Joey, let's come back over to you quickly. The Skirtle bit is out the way, the Jar bit's out the way, but Rooney was mentioned in that. We don't want to be too negative, but a few people have jumped on the chat box saying, today might have been Rooney's worst game of the season, yet we still won. What did you make of Rooney's performance today?
Kind of, when you think about the game, I didn't watch it again, just watching it live with all the emotions going, and it's just, you don't really remember him doing too much. And, he's been one of our best players, most consistent players all season, I think. Obviously, I'm disappointed at the penalty. I don't believe that Juan Mata should have took it. I believe, Rooney's a penalty taker when Van Persie isn't there, so that's my thoughts on that. I know a lot of people were want Juan Mata to get the hat trick and all, but Rooney's the captain at the end of the day. He's going to take the penalties. But yeah, he wasn't great. And then when Falcao came on, he dropped further back. I don't know if that was because Herrera had the yellow card or he thinks Rooney's a bit better defensively. But I think towards the end of the game he did better. Sorry about that.
Did you just knock your dog out?
Yeah. One quick one. I get drunk, I kick my dog, No, but
you
yeah,
don't.
he was.
No, you don't. Don't say that, because you know what, right? We're gonna get someone watch this video now. We're gonna get done for animal cruelty. The channel will get shut down by the NSPCC or whatever it's called, or Dogline, and we're gonna be in a heap of trouble. Well, we're not really, but you know where I'm coming from. You don't really kick your doglo, do you, Joey?
No.
Yeah, right. There's our back covered. Go away.
No.
What is he saying anyway?
Going back to Rooney, yeah, he just, you don't really have too many memories of him from today's game other than the missed penalty. He was kind of, in and out of the game. I think he tried to get into it, but, it was almost like, stay out the way. Herrera and Mata, they got this, and Carrick and the rest of the boys. So it's good, though, when you don't have to rely on Rooney too much in a game.
Yeah, no, that is true. And Huzzy, coming over to you, we didn't rely on Rudy. I've said it a few times, I've asked this question a few times, but just sum it up quickly for us. How flipping brilliant is that win today for not just the United players, but the United fans? How huge is it for us? Oh, we can't hear you, mate.
It's an excellent win, and I'm really delighted with it. It was quite an important game, and it was I wouldn't say must win. I would say it's the must not lose, because if we had lost that, we would have been out of the top 4. A draw would have been alright, but it's a win against the Scousers. What's better than that? And how good was it to win it with a Juan Mata bicycle kick, and to see Steven Gerrard get sent off?
Yeah. No, that is true. We've won it playing brilliant football. We've won it with a brilliant goal. We've won it and Gerrard's got sent off. We've won it and Balotelli got wound up to the point that he nearly ended up getting mauled by Liverpool fans. We've won it with the most ridiculous, what can I say? I'm trying to think of the word, but I can't. Disciplinary, just the most awful disciplinary from Liverpool at the end, to be honest. We wound them out that much. It's just a phenomenal win, and we got it because we're back. We're back. There's my words. We're back. Flimflam945 says, energy control exhausted. Kobe's channel says, super fragicalistic espialidocious. You can't see me too, says, finally clicking. And phenomenal. Sai says he should have let Mata take the penalty, going back to Rooney. The United man says 10 out of 10 and woo! Also going back to some more comments. 100,000, 10,000 out of 10. Absolutely buzzing from Gaddin, the United writer. Gregory Burke says build a bonfire, put the Scousers on top, put City in the middle and burn the... I can't swear on here, can I? Steve, quickly just say the F word for me. No, Steve's not there. I'm not going to say it, but it's the effing lot. Yeah, there we go. We had one. There's on a scale of 1 to 10, I will say 8, and Matter is his one-word review. iMac7 says 2 words: high pressing and insane. Paul says 1999 Champions League final all over again. Was it? John Matthias says intoxicated by the performance. Sai says I'm so happy. The United man is just over the moon. Paul B and says when De Gea and Rooney both have average games and we dominate Liverpool at Anfield, just shows how good everyone else was. And Gregory says important 3 points for United. Paul says we have to beat Villa now. Hey, we shall be back with our Villa preview after the international break. I sort of want to apologise on behalf of the World Footballing Body and the FA that the Premier League has to take a break after this. I mean, what a day today. It was incredible. The El Clasico, for one, it's not in the Premier League, but what a game that was if you saw it. The United Liverpool, and then Hull Chelsea. What a game that was as well. Brilliant first half. Tom, thank you for coming on, mate. Just quickly, your last few words as your review.
Cheers, mate, for having me. I mean, it's superb. What more can you ask for? I mean, Mata bicycle kick. Gerrard getting sent off. 3 points, taking us, it's consolidating 4th. So, no, not much more to add than that. I'm just ridiculously happy. Probably going to get drunk tonight. So,
Yeah. Go on, Tom. Steve, thank you for coming on, mate. Any last words from you?
Yeah, no worries, mate. No, I think everyone was covered on that. Like Joey said, as soon as he come on, everyone's got a big, massive grin on their face. I'm going to have one for the next 2 weeks at work.
Yeah, until you watch Lithuania in England and Rooney's gone off with an injury. De Gea's injured on Spain duty. Then we'll start. But no, ridiculously happy though, Steve, yeah?
Yeah, if you're not happy about that today and you couldn't get up for that game beforehand, then I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be following football, supporting football, or even United. There's too many who are looking on paper. Oh, these fixtures are hard. We've got these sort of players. They're playing well. It's a load of shit. After 30 games, you look at last season, who would have predicted all them twists and turns? I think there's still going to be a few left. But I've been saying for ages, I'm confident United will get top four. But yeah, the season hasn't been great, to be honest. The only frustrating thing everyone around us is, well, the shit, aren't they? They're bang average. But we just need to be in there with them. Happy as a sandboy, mate. Happy as a sandboy.
Yes, so happy. We've beaten the Scousers. Come on, for the second time this season, third time this season. Beat them in pre-season as well. Joey, thank you for coming on, mate. I know you're busy at the moment. I know you also ran over for the El Clasico game as well. How happy are you? Thank you for coming on. Any last things?
No, it was a pleasure, and I think all the emotions that we all felt watching the game, I think that's what it means to be a United fan. There's just so many ups and crazy turns, and today really, really meant a lot to United fans. And I mean, we're going to kick on from here, and I feel good about the rest of the season.
Yes, me too.
And it was a pleasure being on, as usual.
Cheers, mate. Thank you for coming on as well. And Huzzy, thank you for coming on last minute as well. Unfortunately, you couldn't get George on. And Shaun's disconnected because his electricity's gone down. What a time for your electricity to go down. But Huzzy, thank you for jumping on. And any last words from you, mate?
It's been a pleasure again. Thanks for having me on. I love sharing my views with other United fans. And what a time to show it after we beat the Scousers for the second time in this Premier League season. We've done the double over them, and I'm delighted.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. And you can find all these guys on Twitter by going to @UnitedView, part of their Twitters in just a moment's time. No Come on United tonight as the international break's coming up. And I'm sure if I said to any of them, say Come on England, they would be, well, not really giving yet. Steve's shaking his head. Tom's like, let me go off and drink my drink. Joey's, well, he's got to go and manage Stoke or whoever. Tony Views is managing now. And Huzzy just wants to go and eat his sandwich, I think. So that's how it's going at the moment. I'm afraid. No Come on England, but all for me is the preview show for Villa will be up in a week or so's time. We do it the Thursday before, the Friday before. For now, thank you for watching. Get in there, United. What a win today. We're not just looking at the top four. We're looking at the top two. Can we win the league? Well, probably not, but we're going to play our best to the end of the season. Come on, United. Thank you for watching. Bye.